Welcome to ScootPad. This is a free standards-aligned curriculum for math and ELA in grades K through 8. It allows you to deliver mastery-based learning that is personalized for each student. Over 2 million teachers and students use this application. Once creating your account, you will be asked to select a grade level. I'm going to choose second. Then, the different learning paths for ELA and math, it'll give you these different Common Core related academic curriculums. Some of these which you should have, these are like the most common ones used in classrooms. So I'm going to scroll through. These are just going to be math. Some are math related to math testing. My school uses the Eureka math curriculum, so I'm going to select that. And I'll click yes, change it, and then it will give that that my students' learning path will be designed around the curriculum I use in my classroom. So when I select certain Common Core standards, it's going to use the types of questions as well as the vocabulary used in my lessons from our course curriculum. After asking you to select this for math, it will then ask you to select your curriculum for ELA. Students learn through little instructional videos that refresh their knowledge or teach them new concepts. These lessons are designed to deliver content clearly and concisely to help the students refresh at a faster rate. When completing an activity on the student's learning path, which is the screen you're seeing here, they can always click this Learn button, which will then provide them with videos to help them as they continue. They simply click Get Started and it'll give them some videos, and then I will ask them to apply their knowledge before it continues on having them answer questions. If the student is taking the quiz and they don't click the Help button and they continue to struggle, ScootPad will automatically give them what's called a timeout, where it will send them here and have them do those videos anyway. So you don't ever have to worry about your students just continuing to get the wrong answers and not being taught the right way to do it. It'll always pause them and send them here if they don't ask for help on their own. The learning videos students receive offer student choice. They're high-quality videos offered to the students with the opportunity to learn each concept using multiple lesson videos that may vary in technique and learning styles. ScootPad is also known for differentiation. Some students will get questions and instructional lessons at their level, while others are getting scaffolded lower-level content to fill in skill gaps. On the flip side, some students may be receiving challenging content. So if a student's doing really well, they'll start to get some of these challenge questions to promote more inquiry-based thinking. When a student logs in, this is what he or she will see. First, they will pick their avatar that will represent them as they continue all the lessons. Once this is done, the student is given 6 different slides that walks them through how to use ScootPad as well as what and where each item that they will need is. Once the student does this, you will see 2 places, Math Adaptive Practice and ELA Adaptive Practice, that say Diagnostic in Progress. The student will click on and do each of these. This is in their To Complete section. And what the diagnostic process does is it helps you to see where your student is in the learning process. Diagnostic mode, or this type of assessment, allows us to see where the student should lie within the learning path. As soon as this is finished, the students are placed in practice mode where they begin practicing the course content. There is no set length of time or questions here. It adapts the students as they take the assessment. In other words, the longer the student is in diagnostic mode, the further along he or she will be in their learning path. Teachers can always cancel this assessment and just begin students at the beginning of the learning path if they wish, or at a certain place within the learning path. So here's an example of 2 different students who took the same diagnostic assessment. One student only took 5 minutes and 29 seconds to complete, the other one 41 minutes and 45 seconds. You'll see that this student got to 52 questions while this student got to 228. The reason for this is the number of concepts they passed. This student passed 9 Common Core concepts. This student passed 74 within the learning path. So there's only 2 concepts here the student really needs to work on before moving on to the next set of standards in their learning path. Here is the teacher view. What it allows me to do once the student's taken the diagnostic assessment is it allows me to see what skills that they have completed and passed. So these 2 students haven't taken it yet. This one has. He passed 16 of the concepts or 16 of the standards in the learning path. and they're blue, and that means they're mastery check ready. So during his learning path, these are not forgotten about. They're not taught to him, but they will show up on what are called mastery checks or pop quizzes. Once he passes them in a pop quiz showing he really does understand this and can keep this learning in his head, then it will be marked as mastered. And if I click the details, it would actually give me a breakdown of each standard that he has passed so far. Possibly my favorite feature of ScootPad is going to be this. If you click on features from the teacher's page, you'll see intervention under math and intervention under ELA. I'm going to click this. What it does is after the students go through the learning path, again, it'll give them those videos if they start to struggle. If that is not helping your student, it will actually rank them. I don't have any that need interventions right now, but it will rank them and tell you what level RTI they are, and it will also alert you so you know that that student is struggling and the scaffolded learning is not helping them, and they are going to need more instruction from you. There is a reward system. If I go to rewards, this is one of my students. It's going to show all the coins he earned, and I can offer him bonus coins if I think he deserved them. And I can also offer a new reward to my whole class. I could give them a homework pass or lunch with the teacher and create it. It'll post on their dashboard. It'll tell them how many coins they need to get that, and I can also then click it, redeem if they want to do that, and it will take the points from their account and give them this award within their account. ScootPad also feels that growth mindset is an important aspect, which is when we say the student can't do this yet, instead of focusing on just saying like the student can't do this. So you'll see that each day they give a growth mindset quote here. The teacher can change this and add her own growth mindset quote. And in addition, I'm going to show you what happens when a student actually completes their adaptive practice. I cannot video my students, so what you're seeing here is actually a screencast of one of their screens as my student Joe is using this. So he goes ahead and he's going to select the right answer, he clicks submit, and then you see where it says like right on and gives him a little bit of that growth mindset thing. There are other types of assessments that you can give your students, entry and exit tickets, benchmark assessments, things like this, but you do have to have the paid version. And the paid version is $1 a day, and that you also need that for students to be able to do more than one learning path, or I'm sorry, more than one lesson a day as well. There are assessments built into the learning pathways though, so you don't need to assign assessments, but like things like entry and exit tickets, benchmarks, those things are not given. So those are things you might want to add if you to give students for like formative assessment. It is recommended that students complete 50 questions or about 60 minutes per week within each subject for the best results. Just to review, this is easy to use, it connects to the standards and Common Core curriculums, it differentiates instruction, it helps identify RTI levels for students, it's available on all devices, and it also has where you can give your parents a code so they can also see what their student is working on. The cons, there are no closed captioning on any of the lesson videos, and you must have the paid version to assign lessons and assessments or to have students completing more than one lesson a day in each subject area. I have had 2 students use this and I asked them how they felt. One said I love ScoopPad and the videos help me when I am stuck. And the other said I like being able to compete with my peers and earn coins for rewards and games. I hope you see the value of using this in your classroom. Thank you. Have a great day.